What is up, Cancer? How are you guys doing? This is your extended reading for August 2023. I'm just looking to squeeze the last couple of drops of information out of August that may be there before we move forward with the mid-month readings, where I'll be looking for changed timelines. So really quick before we get started, if you would like to schedule a personal reading, all the information on how you can go about doing that is in the description box of this video. For those of you who didn't catch the memo, I have released a new course in my School of Self-Mastery, Manifesting Financial Abundance. I've done the best I can to take everything I learned, everything I've researched, everything I've experienced on my own journey of manifestation, and clumped it into a little course. So all of that information is on my website, tarotwithrich.com, and that's in the description of this video. All right. Let's take a look here. We are starting this off with the current person. If you are not experiencing any issues, problems, or concerns with your current person, this is not for you. So what's the issue? What's the problem? What's going wrong between Cancer and the current person? What's the issue? What's the problem? Uh-oh. This is a codependency connection. Emotional codependency. Oop. Oop. Here we go, huh? Okay, and it looks like, I don't know. I don't know if this, for some of you, this may be an on and off. That came up for Gemini too. But it looks to me like an ending is being prevented. Somebody here is desperately trying to prevent this from coming to an end. I'm not 100% sure, though, that you're 100% committed to this. Like, there's some lesson that needs to be learned here, and it's not being learned. That lesson is not being learned. I do feel like you are dealing with a karmic soulmate, and it does not look like the two of you have completed your karmic contract yet. But at the same time, it doesn't look like we have both of you on the same page at the same time working towards the same goal. There could be suspicion of a third party. I don't know if there was any type of third party situation in the past or whatnot, but I'm feeling like a third party is strongly suspected by one, the other, or both of you. Yeah, it's looking like this is just turning into a repeat cycle, just a loop-de-loop cycle of the same experience, recycling itself over and over and over. Could be an Aries for some of you. Also have Taurus here. Uh-oh. Could be a Capricorn, but if it hasn't already, it's going to start turning toxic. I kind of feel like it already has for a lot of you. Now, when I say toxicity, what I'm talking about is that negative energy is ever present. Like an argument, like that energy that's created when you argue with your person, that energy in and of itself isn't intrinsically toxic. It becomes toxic when that energy persists and we're bathing and basking in that energy all day, every day. You know what I mean? All right, well, let's look at the current person's true feelings and intentions towards you. Let's look at the current person Cancer is dealing with. What's their energy and intentions look like? Fool card reversed again. So they're not all in this. I think they may be 1 foot out the door. They're not 100% committed to this. Yeah, this makes them nervous. This makes them nervous. They can feel that something is seriously, seriously off. I kind of feel like they do want to complete this karmic contract. Whatever it is. They want to do the work. They just don't know how. I kind of feel like this person may, they may feel like the harder they try to figure this out, the harder it fights against them. And there's that devil card again. So they know it's starting to turn toxic. They're aware that something's wrong here. They just can't seem to figure out the solution to the problem. Okay. But I mean, if they had the slightest clue of what they needed to do to fix this issue, I think they would. I do think that they would. So I guess we're going to take a look at the outcome then. What's the outcome for August? Will you stay or will you go? Chariot reversed. So you're definitely not making any forward movement. Okay, yeah, things are not really improving, honestly, but it does not look like things are going to come crashing down. Looks like you're holding that tower up and preventing it from crashing, but man, it's close. I think you already know that, though. You may already know that every single day. Every day is just a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer to where I don't know if you are suspecting that they are going to just give in and throw in the white towel, or if you are about to just give in and throw in the white towel. But I don't see it happening throughout August, honestly. I do not. Things are kind of plateauing and staying pretty much the same. This is honestly not really a whole lot of action that I see here. It's kind of a bland blah of repeated experiences. Which actually, honestly, I mean, that's kind of a good thing. Because you have like 3 choices. Things could either begin improving, they could crash and burn, or they could just plateau for a while. So of those 3, I don't think a plateau is the worst case scenario, you know? All right, well, let's look at the advice then. What advice do we have? Well, a decision needs to be made. A final decision. We can't be up in our heads wondering, you know, am I going to work on this? Am I going to just walk away from this? Am I going to work on this? What am I going to do? A final decision needs to be made. Either yes, I'm going to work on this, or no, I'm not. One of the two. Thank you, Vanessa, for that super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. So what we need to do is have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. When it all comes down to it, in order to make a relationship work out successfully, it takes 2 people willing to put in the work. It seems like there's always at least one person who stands back with their arms crossed and says, I don't need to work on anything. I'm not doing anything wrong. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to fly. It just won't. It just won't. We have to have 2 people. 2. Not just one. Not just the other. 2 people willing to say, I'm going to work on me with you by my side. You need to work on you with me by your side. You get 2 people willing to do that, It don't matter what your signs are. It doesn't matter what kind of childhood you had. It doesn't matter how damaged you are. None of that matters. You got two people willing to put forth the work, the energy, and the effort on themselves. The two of you are absolutely unfucking stoppable. The problem is that work is hard work and it's not fun. Inner work sucks. Nobody likes doing it. But if you don't do it, you're just going to keep recycling and repeating the same experiences over and over and over. You'll never see a change in your life. You know, so. All right, let's clear the air here. Clear the air. All right. Okie dokie. Let's see. How about the next person coming in? Next person coming in. Let's take a look at the next person coming into Cancer's life. Hang on. Next person coming in. Next person due to come in. Oh, we got that Six of Pentacles in the reverse there. I'm almost kind of feeling like you're at a point, by the time this person shows up, you're at a point where you're just like, fuck everybody else. I'm done trying to help people. I'm done trying to save people. I'm done trying to heal people. Fuck everybody else. I'm going to do me. So you might have a hard time letting this person in. You may realize that right as soon as you make the decision that basically fuck everybody else, soon as you make that decision and let go, that's when they show up. It's the way it happens every time, dude. Every time. Uh-oh. We got that card again. There's that codependency card. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like you're going to be tested. This is a test. That's what this is. Yep. This is a test. Yep. King of Wands reversed. Seven of Cups. Basically, the test is, are you so thirsty that you're willing to drink poison? That's the test. That's the test. Because in order to attract your actual person into your life, you have to match the frequency first. Most people out here are not on a frequency that will attract their actual person in, because they are on a frequency of emptiness and loneliness. Your actual person, you're not a frequency match to that person if you're on the frequency of emptiness and loneliness. So the universe is going to bring a person into your life who is obviously toxic. And the question is going to be, are you able to stand up for your own emotional integrity and turn this shit down? If you pass the test, you'll move on to the next level. If you fail the test, you'll repeat a past cycle. Now, let's dig their intentions up a little bit deeper. Let's dig them up a little bit deeper. Let's dig them up a little bit deeper. Yeah, see, this person's a commitment phobe. They don't want commitment. They don't want commitment. Nope. No, they do not. See, this person's a commitment phobe. They're an emotional manipulator. They're emotionally closed off, emotionally unavailable. They keep lots of secrets. They don't want anything serious. Yep, see, this is a test. Lover's card reversed. How much do we have to keep going on? This is a test. Yep. So they are more than likely fresh out of a relationship, honestly. More than likely. Fresh out of a relationship, still heartbroken, just trying to get a little piece of booty as quick as possible to try to alleviate some of that pain. And lots of people out there, when they click into that mode, man, there's no limit to the smoke they'll blow up your ass when they're in that mode. Straight up game player. Okay, it could be a Gemini for some of you. Also have Taurus and Aries. I also have Pisces here. Well, let's see the outcome then. What's the outcome? Five of Swords reversed. Oh, Nine of Cups reversed again. That's that codependency energy again. So it sounds tempting. Man, it's not telling me. What? Two of Wands. Oh, shit. It's not telling me. It's not telling me. I might have to clarify this. It's showing you really like at a crossroads because, you know, we got that void, that empty, lonely void, you know, and if we allow that empty, lonely void to drag us down too deep into a pit of lack, need, and desperation, we can attract some shitty shit into our life on that frequency. I'm kind of feeling, though, like more than likely you're going to keep this person at arm's distance until the connection falls apart. It's kind of what this is looking like to me. You're talking to them, communicating with them, but not making a solid decision. Nine of Swords. Deep down, you know it don't feel right. You know it don't feel right. You can tell this person doesn't even really seem like the type of person who's looking for anything long term. So I kind of feel like as tempting as it sounds, you are keeping this person at arm's distance until the two of you just slowly fade apart. Let's see if there's any advice. Is there any advice? Is there any? Four of Cups is the advice. You know what the Four of Cups is? Missing an opportunity. That's your advice? That's the advice, though? Temperance reversed. I mean, I guess that's not... what you're doing isn't the worst way to handle it. It's not the worst. It's actually a pretty fair way to handle it, I think. Pretty fair way to handle it. If it doesn't feel right, if you got every alarm bell and whistle in your internal guidance system popping off, keep them at an arm's distance and just observe them. See, at the end of the day, keeping them at an arm's distance is setting a boundary. That's setting a boundary. Now, don't set... This is where it gets slippery. Because you don't want to set some kind of unrealistic, ridiculous boundary. You know? I've seen people do that. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries, but then some people just set stupid, retarded boundaries. You know? Like... I can't even think of one off the top of my head, but stupid boundaries, like, oh, for 6 months, I'm not going to sleep with you for 6 months. It's like 6 months. Come on now. That's way too fucking much. Nothing wrong with setting boundaries, but 6 months though? Come on now. Come on now. Ain't nobody. Now maybe 6 weeks. Okay. 6 weeks. No problem. 6 months. So use common sense when it comes to setting boundaries. Okay. But if you set a reasonable boundary, like the first 4 to 6 weeks, keep them at an arm's distance, they should respect that. They should respect that, you know? If they don't respect a reasonable boundary, that tells you everything you need to know about them. Everything. All right. Let's get some general advice. What general advice do we have for my Cancerian friends? Ooh, 5 of Cups in the reverse. Your superpower in 2023 is control of your focus. A question I get very frequently is, what should I be focusing on? I get that question all the time. And you know what normally comes up? I think I would be safe to say more often than not, when somebody asks me that question, it's not so much what you should be focusing on that you need to worry about, but what you should stop focusing on, what you should remove your focus from. That's your superpower in 2023, your ability to remove your focus from things that drain your vibration. Do you know how they have the majority of the population hooked in today's day and age? Sitting there with this thing in your face. And do you know how many people right now as we speak are holding this thing and they're watching content that they don't want to watch? They're watching content that they hate. They're watching content that makes them angry on purpose. Why? Because when you are trained and programmed to focus on the negative, your body will become physiologically addicted to the chemicals produced by the brain from negative emotions. That is not a theory. That is not Rich Lopp's opinion. They have proven that scientifically time and time and time again. If you get addicted to negativity and your body becomes physiologically addicted to stress hormones, your subconscious mind is going to be sniffing out negativity that pisses you off on purpose. Your brain is like a radio antenna. Your brain is only capable of processing 4,000 of the 400 billion bits of information per second going on around you at any given time. 4,000 out of 400 billion. So if you have programmed your subconscious mind to pick the most negative bits of information to focus on. 4,400 billion. 4,400 billion. If those 4,000 bits of information are negative and your subconscious mind is programmed to only sniff out the negative, you're going to continue to manifest situations and scenarios and experiences in your life that harmoniously resonate with negativity, anger, bitterness, resentment. So train your focus to remove itself from negativity and only focus on what you do like. Don't you think it's kind of fucked up? Think about this. Think about this. Why is it that the most famous, successful people, think about some of the most famous people on the planet. Think about them. They're not the people that everybody loves, are they? No, they're not. The most famous, successful people on the planet are the people that everybody hates. Why? Why is that? Because we've been conditioned to focus our attention more on what we don't like than we do on what we do like. And our minds have been conditioned for years and decades to focus on what we don't like, to focus on what makes us angry, to focus on what scares us. Your superpower in 2023 is the control of your focus and your attention. Do you have control of your focus? Or do they? That's the question. Okie dokie. All right. Well, I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian friends needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all again for tuning in and playing along. I greatly appreciate all of the love, support, and positive feedback y'all still continue to show me every time I get on here and do this. Makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.